trying to make me cry in front of everybody, man?
Yeah, that's the point.
One word of advice. Buy TV, don't spend it on Hooker.
Super Russ. I'm the last character on my Justice League team with these four babes. Yo, what's up, guys? We are talking TV this week. Probably some classic shows, maybe some new shows.
I'm sure we'll repeat some of the stuff we spoke about on our nostalgia episodes and things like that.
Most likely. Before we get started, how close are you now to the 1,000, man?
Oh, not that much closer. I'm about 60 away now. So I'm on
Still
about
60.
940, I think.
Was it 4 more days?
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Maybe I need to start pumping out more shorts, right, Russ?
It's helping, man. 18 subs in the past week and a half or so.
Yeah, I've got to really get to because it snuck up on me a lot quicker than I thought. So normally every YouTube anniversary, I make a little video and I do a little compilation of that, clips from the whole year. So I need to get working on that this weekend.
Oh, yeah. For anybody watching on the replay, Simon's link is the first one in the description. Click on that thing, man. Sub up.
Yep. All 60 of yous. Let's do it. And also, I didn't help myself by not really organizing my road to 1K. I think that would have probably helped. I don't think I necessarily would have got there still, but I think I would have got a lot closer if I did my road to 1K giveaway. But I was a bit slack on that one. So whatever, I'll get there soon enough.
Yeah, it won't be much longer, man. It could still happen in the next 4 days.
We'll see, mate. We'll see. So TV, yeah. Did you make any notes today, Russ? You got any?
No. I've been so stressed and pressed for time, man. Today was just a hectic day.
I've got things to start us off.
I got all kind of TV memories up here floating around in this giant melon.
I've got some stuff. I got a few notes, and I'm sure once we get going, an hour will fly by. So first, mate, this is like the first TV show I figured I'd make as a note. It's almost like the Batman versus Superman of TV shows, right?
Yeah. Is it Birds of Prey?
No. It's two TV shows which kind of had a similar thing going, but they were kind of two different areas, right after each other too. You know what I'm talking about? Comedies. I'll help you out, mate. I'll help you out.
Like like the TGIF stuff from the 90s?
No. I was going to ask you, were you might not be either. Some people aren't either. Some people don't watch either of these shows, but were you a Seinfeld or a Friends guy?
Oh, okay. I actually liked them both, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's rare because I like them both too. But I find a lot of people, it's like enemy sides, You're either on Team Friends or you're on Team Seinfeld. I rarely find people who liked both.
Yeah, I pretty much watched tons of shows, man. I wasn't like favored one show over another.
They were both very different shows too. Like I think, I can understand. Like I think Friends holds up better for I guess the younger generation now. Like they would go back and watch Seinfeld, and I don't think they would quite see the genius of it. Well, if you grew up with it, I think you still can. Well, Friends is a little bit more modernized, I think, as far as how it all is. But I just thought that was a good sort of starting topic because of the amount of people that kind of like, Friends is so lame, but then they'll like Seinfeld, and then vice versa. Like Sarah, she only watched Friends in like last year for the first time. She smashed out the
Really?
whole thing, but she just can't stand Seinfeld.
It takes a while to get into it, I guess.
Yeah, Seinfeld is definitely slower, and I think like all shows, you kind of gotta get to know the characters, and once you get to know the characters, then you sort of see like some of the fun behind the humor, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, no man.
What's up, Bookworm?
But yeah, like Seinfeld was epic when I was like young. And I remember the final. See, and here's the other thing: a lot of people. Do you remember the final episode? Like, do you remember?
I
Not
remember
necessarily what
they
happened,
all
but
ended up in jail. Yeah.
yes, right. And obviously, it was a big event, the final episode of Seinfeld, right?
Yep.
But a lot of people don't get that ending. So the ending, they ended up in jail, and they're sitting in a prison cell, and Jerry says something about a button on George's shirt. He's like, there's this button on his shirt. And he's like, that button doesn't look like it's in the right place. It looks like it's, it should be a little higher or a little lower or something like that, right? You guys, it just doesn't.
Oh yeah, I
looks
think I
out of
remember
place.
that.
And then George just goes, have we spoken about this before? And then it ends. All right. So the brilliant of that was actually the first conversation they had in the pilot episode. But I know a lot of people kind of saw it and was like, what? I don't get it. So, but I'd watched the pilot recently at the time. So, when I watched it, I was like, oh man, that's good. But yeah, I feel like lot of people.
Yeah. I think the reason I started liking Seinfeld at first was Jerry's favorite superhero was Superman. And that was like discussed on the show in multiple episodes. They had like one episode where they had the Bizarro versions of themselves.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That was cool. That's probably what attracted me to the show to start with, and then I just became a fan as I kept watching.
That's funny. I haven't watched any of it for so long though. It's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been. I don't think. Gosh, I might not have seen it since it originally ended. It's been a while.
Since it ended, like over the years, I remember, sometimes you would see it on TV doing reruns, and I could always sit down and watch it. But I don't watch TV anymore, so it's hard to catch that sort of stuff. T-shirt guy, what's up?
Well, at least he's a regular on the channel. Welcome to the show.
And there you go, by the way. You're doing a Superman on this. What is that?
Justice League.
Cool.
Got Flash, Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, and I think Cyborg's on here somewhere. Maybe not.
Doesn't get enough cred, that Cyborg.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously I rewatched Friends recently because Sarah watched it, so I was around for a lot of it when she was watching Friends, and I love Friends still. Obviously, Friends had a more of an ongoing story throughout the whole 10 seasons, but yeah, it was good stuff. All right,
Joey was my favorite on Friends, man.
Yeah, see, Joey kind of was like the obvious favorite though, so I always was more of a Chandler guy. Like obviously I like Joey's character, but Chandler was my boy.
Chandler was hilarious.
Kind of like the guy who's like always trying to be funny, but wasn't necessarily always funny.
What's up, Rob?
So a show that kind of I put down in my notes. I feel like we spoke about this maybe during our nostalgia episode, and I don't think there's too many people watching. But if anyone remembers, there used to be a show called My Secret Identity.
The name sounds familiar.
I think it had Fred Savage in it, right?
Yeah.
And he was like this kid who, I don't know, he had some sort of weird powers. I barely remember it, but I remember it that it existed, and I remember that I used to like it.
Yeah.
And I have this weird feeling that he could fly. He had like these spray can sort of things that would make him fly.
Oh God, but I think I remember that.
Because my memory for all the
that's just like memory vaguely unlocked.
Yeah, I know, right? So my memory of like things is, I remember things I used to like, but I don't remember anything about that thing I used to like. So many shows. That yeah, I can barely remember. Like things, even all the cartoons I grew up to, like He-Man, Thundercats, and all that. I don't
Yeah.
remember what happened really in them. I just know that I used to love them.
I remember some of them. Like I don't know if you ever heard of Silverhawks. That was a cartoon back in the day. It
Ooh, sounds familiar. Let me look it up.
it was pretty good, man, from what I remember, but I don't know how it would be like watching it now. There were several of those shows, man, that like I vaguely remember. There was one called Marshall Bravestar. There
Oh,
was
Brave Star. I used to love. He had the
yeah,
horse that had
yeah.
like a gun as a leg. I had,
That
I
was a
had like
cool cartoon.
I had Brave Star toys and stuff like that. I
Really?
used to love Brave. Yeah, man, for sure.
I,
Uh, yeah, Silverhawks looks definitely familiar, for sure. I definitely watched that.
there was
Definitely.
one called Mighty Max, where he could like travel through different dimensions and time with his hat.
With
He
his
had
hat.
this big guardian dude named Norman, and this little like bird dude named Vincent or something.
This
It
doesn't
was
look
a pretty cool cartoon. It only lasted like maybe 2 seasons, I think. It was called Mighty Max.
that doesn't look as familiar. 93 that was out. Um, did you ever watch there used to be Captain N, I think it was called? It was like the Nintendo one. It's called Captain N, and like it was about this kid, and the characters in it were like Nintendo characters. Like, hang on, let me look this up because again, my memory's a bit. Because
That one doesn't sound too familiar.
there was also the Nintendo, like the Super Mario. The Super Mario cartoon was so good, but
Yeah, I
it was
remember
like
the
a mix.
Mario cartoon. Yeah,
It was a mixture of shorts. So sometimes it'd have like a story, like a episode which was not about Mario, so it was about some other Nintendo game. But the actual Mario cartoons that they would play was so good. Captain N. There we go. Captain N, the Game Master. Um, Kevin and his dog Duke are brought to another universe to defeat the evil villainous Mother Brain with the help of video game characters. Um, so it's got who are the characters in it? I don't recognize those characters, but my phone it won't show. Let me see if I can get this to work.
are they riding a Game Boy?
They're riding a Game Boy.
I don't think I remember that one, man, but it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that was awesome. But yeah, then the Nintendo one was really good. Oh, and did you ever watch the Sonic ones?
Oh yeah, I used to love the Sonic cartoons. Did you know Jaleel White, the actor that played Steve Urkel?
That played Steve Urkel.
Yeah, on
Oh
the
yeah,
TV
yeah.
show Family Matters. Yeah,
I just.
he did the voice for one of the Sonic cartoons.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's funny. You said Steve Urkel, and I just think, what wasn't his name Steve Urkel?
I think it was Jaleel White was his real name. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because there was two Sonic cartoons. I watched the video recently. I can't remember the name of the channel. There's this channel that I think they're called like Saturday Morning Cartoons or something like that I'm subscribed to. And he just does little short narration videos, but he did one on the Sonic thing, and it was really good because he was saying there was two, which obviously I remember. There was the one that was kind of more for kids and stuff, which wasn't very good. But then there was the one that was, and as he referred to it, as the dark and gritty one. But that one was based on the comic books. It had all the characters from the Archie comic book series and things like that. And yeah, it was so good. And a lot of those shows back then, I could barely watch them because they were only on in the mornings. So you'd only be able to catch sometimes 15, 20 minutes of it before you had to go to school or go to whatever it was, So that was the other tough thing. I had so much stuff going on when I was a kid. So
I know a lot of times, man, like in the mornings when I was supposed to go to school, my mom would be driving off to work right as the bus was coming down the road. and I would jet back to the house, push the chair in front of the TV, and watch like Tiny Toon Adventures, the Taz cartoon. Uh, and there was something Animaniacs.
And you wouldn't go to school.
Yeah, one year I think I missed like it was something over 50 days. Because she would be leaving for work right as the bus would be coming down the road, and I had a
And
house
what
key,
she
so I just jet back down the road to the house.
So she would come home after you'd already should have been home as well?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good life.
I can't tell you how many letters and phone calls I intercepted before I got busted.
Yeah. I got a dick. So we call it. What do you guys call that when you skip school? Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
So we call it wagging. I don't know if that's a common term, but we call it wagging when you're.
That sounds X-rated.
Yeah. So I remember when I was changing schools, and the last like 2 or 3 weeks, I knew I wasn't going to be at the school anymore. So I was just like, I started wagging all the time. So I used to always catch the train into the city, and I would like go watch a movie or something like that. I go to the cinemas by myself. And then to kill the rest of the day, because the movie only goes 2 hours, and then you got another 5 hours to kill. I would walk around the city, and sometimes I would just catch the train back and forth from the city back to the station near home, back to the city. I just stay there and listen to music on my Walkman. There were simpler times back then. There wasn't a lot to do.
Yeah.
What else we got? But that's funny, man, that you wag school all the time. Yeah, so once I changed schools, I almost had like an addiction to skipping school, like I would just skip all the time. And then I got busted by this dude who was in my class, and he kind of thought I was cool because I was skipping school. And then he found out that I lived right near him. So he was kind of like my first friend at that new school. But everyone hated this dude because he was an absolute tosser. So I ended up becoming friends with this dude briefly until everyone tried to rescue me from him. They're like, he's like, don't hang out with that dude, man. He's bad news. And he was. So I got away from that. Hey, I went up to 9:41. Okay. What else we got here? I don't have that many notes, man. So we haven't even reached 20 minutes, but I'm sure we can keep it going. Did you watch Breaking Bad?
No, I never saw that. I think that was
show.
an HBO show, wasn't it? Cable.
Yeah, so I remember. So I used to work in the DVD department, and I was like the DVD manager. And once a year, they have like a DVD conference where they'd fly all the managers out to Queensland, and there would be like this event where it was like a 2-day thing. So it was like you go from all the distributors, and they'd tell you what's coming out and things like that. And then at nighttime, it'd just be like parties, free food, free booze, and all this sort of stuff. But I used to come home with like a bag full of just free DVDs, and Breaking Bad was one of them. And I watched it, and it was really good.
Yeah, I it was a great show.
The first season, I was like, man, that was a good show. But I never continued watching it. I just kind of, whatever. But then everyone started talking about it years down the track when it kind of was getting towards the end of it. And then I ended up just binge watching it all, and it was quite the show. But yeah, that's definitely something you should check out. What about reality shows, Russ?
No, I never got into reality shows, man.
Oh, dude, I love reality shows.
Really?
Dude, like obviously when they first came out, it was just like they were what they were. But there are some good ones. Like you guys in the US, you're some wacky people.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's like any actual reality to reality TV.
Yeah, well, that's true too.
You like see the commercials and you wonder, can anybody really be that dumb?
Yeah, so that's true, right? So I remember there's that show, Repo Men. You never caught? So you never even catch some of them though, like late at night or anything like that.
The only show that I've ever seen even a single episode of was like it was weird because it was like a reality show, but it was a fake reality show. The name of it was like the Joe Smo Show or something,
Okay.
where this one dude was like a plant, but the rest of them knew it was like fake or so. It was really weird, man. It was like some kind of like sitcom comedy mixed.
Island Survivor.
But one of the producers or something ended up getting sued, so the show got canceled.
Yeah, the Survivor shows. I never really watched the Survivor shows as a bookworm's talking about, but they seem pretty legit as far as like being a reality show. The Mole, that sounds familiar, but I can't quite. Yeah, the Mole. I do remember that sort of. But yeah, like I remember watching this show called Repo Men, which was and it wasn't like I watched it religiously. It was just like it was on TV, so sometimes you'd watch it, and they'd go repossess, like the people that go repossess things of people, right? And every episode, crazy stuff would go down to the point where one day I was like, wait a sec, there's no way. Like in the beginning, you kind of buy it, and then as you keep watching, you're like, wait a sec. There's no way all this stuff is happening to these people every day. Like there was one thing where they try to repossess like this guy's truck, and then the guy ends up like throwing a stick of dynamite in the truck at them and things like that. I'm like, whoa, there's no way. That's when it kind of tipped me off. I was like, oh wait, this is not real. Big Brother was the first one I think that really sort of made reality TV a thing, from my memory anyway.
But probably the closest thing to reality TV that I saw, I used to watch Fear Factor, but that was more like a, I don't know.
That's more of a game show.
Reality TV, yeah. It was just like stunts and crazy stuff. But I used to like that show.
Yeah, but see, the crazy thing with that, right, is half the crazy stuff, like the stunt type stuff, I was like, I would give that a crack. As long as I knew I was safe and I had like all the safety gear on, I could give some of that stuff a crack. What I couldn't do is eat maggots, eat worms, and all that.
I don't know how they do that junk, man.
Sometimes that eating bugs thing would be the first thing.
Yeah, that would be
the first round.
Yeah,
exactly.
I quit.
Everything after that, I would have been like, well, I would have given that a crack, you know?
Yeah. I'll skydive with a backpack, but I ain't eating no maggots.
Yeah, that's something I definitely couldn't do. Dude, the best, if you're gonna watch a reality show, man, I'll show you the best one you can watch. The best one is definitely, there was the Flavor of Love. All right.
Oh, so it was God, that was Flavor Flav, right?
Yes, dude. So
I remember seeing the commercials and stuff for that.
Oh man, that was the best reality show that's ever happened. It was. So I used to watch a show called Rock of Love. So it's kind of like The Bachelor, right? But they've got a celebrity as the Bachelor. So Rock of Love had Brett Michaels from Poison, and I loved it because all the girls are like all these alternative rock girls, right? So I was like, oh yeah, this show's the bomb. Flavor of Love was Flavor Flav as the Bachelor, and it was just so funny because you just had all these crazy bitches in it. Like they're all like ghetto bitches. It is the best show, man. Like some of the stuff that happens in that, like there's this one girl who I think in the show they call her gold digger or something like that. Either that or like she just refers to herself. She says she's a gold digger. And there's an episode where, I can't believe how wrong this is. There's an episode where the challenge is all the girls have to make him fried chicken. All right. So they're all in the kitchen making him fried chicken, and whoever has the best fried chicken wins that round. And this one girl has like never cooked before ever. Right. So all these girls are like, breadcrumbing their chicken and all that. And she's just looking around like, I don't know what to do. So she has like a whole chicken raw. And she goes, I walked past the microwave and I noticed that there was a button that said chicken. So she literally just like poked a few vegetables into it, like literally like a full carrot sticking out of it and stuff. Chucked it in the microwave for 5 minutes. and then serve that.
That's like a E. coli special, man.
Oh, dude, it was like that show was good reality. And again, I don't know how set up that stuff is, but it didn't matter. It was so good.
Candid Camera, the first reality show.
Oh wait, yeah, that's true too, right?
That's going
Like,
old school right there.
There was that
My
other one.
grandma used to watch Candid Camera.
Yeah, there was that one where like they would send out this dude to try to like bust people who were cheating on their partners. I don't know if that was Candid Camera or that was something else, but there was this one show I remember where this guy would like follow the person's partner, and then they'd find out that they'd try to catch him cheating on film and stuff like that. I don't know if you can do that stuff these days. There was a movie once, I can't remember what it was called, but it was basically like a highlight reel of reality shows that never made it to TV.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the movie was called, but there was some crazy ones, man. There was this one where this guy would go around offering people money to do things. And one of them, like the clip they showed from that show, was he would go up to people and pay the cheaters. That's what it's called. He would go up and pay people to drink this thing. And this, I don't know what it is, but it's this weird chemical thing, and it makes you vomit. Like that's what it's designed to do.
That sounds fun.
So, yeah, he pays this guy to drink it, and then the guy's like, "No, I'm not." Oh no, he warms him up to it first. He's like, "Oh, will you do this for $100?" And then, "Oh, will you do this for another $100?" "Oh, will you drink this for $1,000 or something like that?" And yeah, this one guy did it, and it was just so funny. He was just like, "Oh my god!" And then like stuff just starts projectiling.
I would throw up on TV for $1,000. No problem.
I don't know what that would feel like though. It literally was like, it looked like it was squirting out of him like it was like a water pistol or something like that. Maybe it was fake. They did the one where it was like I guess the Bachelorette, like with a girl, and all the guys are after the one girl.
Yeah.
But the girl was trans. So they had the big reveal where like
reveal, so they didn't know it. Like, surprise, it's the crying game.
Yeah. So they had like the scene where the guy would be like lying on the bed, like ready to get laid or whatever. And then you'd see, and they had the perfect camera angle, right? They had the girl take off her panties, and then you just see the balls drop.
What kind of shows are you watching over there, man?
No, so this was on. So all this stuff I'm talking about was on.
Was it premium pay-per-view?
This was all part of a movie that showed shows that weren't like, they were showing clips from shows that never made it to air.
Oh, okay.
But they did do that same idea. I think it was an Australian show called Miriam. And Miriam, yeah, it was the same idea, but that actually made it to air. And the person like people on that show tried to sue them and stuff like that. Because leading up to the balls dropping, you'd be making out with them and all that sort of stuff, and then a lot of people got upset because they were on that show. So yes, that's why I love reality shows. Someone had some good ones at me. Cops was, that's pretty old. Like Cops has been around for a long time.
Yeah, that thing ran for a long time. I don't know if it's still on. I don't think.
Do you ever watch any of the Gordon Ramsay stuff?
Oh yeah, I used to love Masterchef. That was my favorite one.
Masterchef?
Yeah. He
wasn't on that, was he?
Yeah, it was him and two other judges.
Oh, okay. So maybe he, like in the American version or something like that. Okay, okay. He was actually on the most recent one, I think. Because his daughter was on. They had like a celebrity Masterchef here. And his daughter was one of the celebrities. So he was on there every now and then doing offering the challenges and stuff. But you never watched his shows that he was on, like the F Word and Kitchen Nightmares?
I've seen what was that? I've seen Hell's Kitchen. And there was another one. I can't remember what it was right off the top of my head. But MasterChef was probably my favorite one.
That's just a normal cooking show, Russ. How can you How can you like a show like MasterChef and then microwave calzone?
First off, it was an air fryer, no
Sorry.
microwave. I'm all about the healthy options here with cooking with Russ.
No, so Bookworm. He's talking about Bookworm's talking about Iron Chef. Iron Chef. Have you ever watched that?
Yeah, I've seen episodes of that.
But have you seen the original Japanese version? Because the American version, I think, had Mark Dacascos as the host, who's like an actor. It's like a B-grade actor, Mark Dacascos. The original version was like a Japanese show, and they would always have like dubbed commentary.
It must have been the American version I saw then, because I don't remember that.
Yeah, the original Japanese one was pretty good. But yeah, they had like this dubbed over commentary, which kind of made it funny. Cooking shows. Yeah, I definitely went through a phase of watching cooking shows. Have you ever seen any of the Japanese TV shows that they do?
No, just like clips here and there on YouTube of stuff.
It's good
no
stuff.
Actual shows.
I can't remember the name of it. It's like an obstacle course sort of show, and it's just hilarious. They actually copied it. They did it here as well. I mean, in America, like
Really?
they did they did an American version of that.
So, I remember like a show. It was like this huge like game board, and people would like walk across it to do certain moves and stuff. And if they landed on something and it had a trivia question, if they got it wrong, they would like get eliminated. I can't remember. Like that's just like a vague memory.
Wipeout was similar, Old Wolf. Yeah, Wipeout was similar. I can't remember what the the Japanese thing was called, but it was just so hilarious. All that stuff. What about Gladiator? Did you watch Gladiators back in the day?
Yeah, I did. American Gladiators was one of my favorite shows back in the day, man. And I remember when they did the reboot in the early 2000s, and one of the people was Gina Serrano from The Mandalorian. She was Crush in the American Gladiators.
Yeah, she was.
And
she was,
I always had a thing for her, man. I always liked Crush.
Yeah, I used to like Gina Serrano. She was an MMA fighter.
She was.
She was.
So she was like legit then. I didn't know that.
She was like the first female, like famous female MMA fighter because she was pretty. She was good to look at, and she could fight. And the first time I actually saw her was before she was in MMA. She was a Muay Thai fighter. So she was in a reality show called Fight Girls, which was kind of like there was that boxing reality show called The Contender. It was kind of like that, but with Muay Thai, and had all these girls live in a house, and then they all had to fight each other. And Gina Serrano, I think she won. But then she went on to become an MMA fighter, and quite a success. So she was in the first ever, I think, like pay-per-view main event having like females in the fight, and she got destroyed. She didn't get destroyed. It was a good fight, but she fought Cyborg, who's like crazy. Exactly. Gina Serrano was Ronda Rousey before Ronda, but not quite as big. Like you'd have to be a real fan to remember Gina Serrano.
Because after American Gladiators, I think the next thing I saw her in was like one of the Fast and Furious movies, and that was years and years later.
She did a lot. So the reason she would be in those movies is because she got famous from fighting.
Yeah.
But I don't think she ever fought after the Cyborg fight. Like that was a big deal because it was a female headline pay-per-view. And it was actually a good fight, but Cyborg would like beats up men pretty much. So like it wasn't an easy, But yeah, she's been cancelled now, hasn't she? She's like
I've heard different rumors. I heard one time she was coming back for a couple episodes, so I don't know what they're doing with it.
No, I'm pretty sure she was supposed to be in the next season or whatever, but then they just said no, they booted her. A rumor is she'll be back. Oh, okay. Well, that means her figurines are going to go down in price because all her Black Series figurines all went up in price because
even the Funko Pops did.
Oh really? I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw one of the Funko Pops yesterday. I should have got
Because
it.
they I remember they like stopped production on them or something.
Yeah.
So everybody that went out and bought one on eBay for $200 got ripped off.
Well, I hope she comes back just so those things go down.
Yeah, I liked her character on that show.
Have you been? Wait. So did you watch both seasons of Mando?
Yeah.
And
I
have you been
haven't
watching?
I haven't seen the Boba Fett show yet because I don't have any streaming services right now.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because I've heard from what I've heard, it seems like some people don't like it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm
But
loving it.
Mandalorian, yeah, I love that show.
The last episode, the one that just aired, I think it was yesterday. It came out. I watched it. It's a good episode. It's a good episode. Whew.
The book of Boba Fett.
Yeah. Remember Star Wars guy right here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You just bought the original Star Wars comics the other day,
Right.
didn't you? Or
Just
last
to be
week.
a full-fledged Star Wars guy. That's right. Oh, was
You
a
got to
bit
get
slow.
you got to get you a lightsaber now, man.
Yeah, and so that's actually the plan. I really want to get a lightsaber because Sarah's got one, and I
Yeah.
want to do a. And have you seen her? She's pretty good at swinging that thing
Yeah,
around.
I've seen some of the old TikToks and stuff.
Yeah, so I want to do a video.
I
where
would be
she teaches-
scared that I would drop it, man, and break it if I
Well,
tried doing that.
there's this Instagram page that keeps coming up where they do like a 2-for-1 deal. So
Yeah.
they'll give you 2 for the price of 1. And it's like, that's a good idea because like I'm pretty sure I'm going to break my first one as soon as I try to swing it.
You're getting
Hey, I've
called
got the
out,
proof.
man.
I'll get the proof, Mad Spidey. I'll get the proof. Only a true Star Wars guy would have the first Star Wars. Mad Spidey watches some Star Wars, I think. Pretty sure he watches Book of Boba. But yeah, I'm
There's
pretty
a
sure
couple
I
of
heard
the
mixed
movies I
reception.
still haven't seen.
Sorry?
A couple of the movies I still haven't seen.
Yeah,
I
well,
never
haven't
watched.
seen-
I never watched the Solo movie, and I haven't seen the latest Star Wars movie that came out. Those
I've
are the
only
only two
seen-
I haven't seen yet.
I've seen more episodes of Boba Fett this season. So there's only been 5 episodes. I've seen more Boba Fett episodes than I have Star Wars movies. I've only seen the original Star Wars, obviously. See you, mate.
Take it easy, Spidey.
I watched 15 minutes of Phantom Menace, and that made me decide I didn't want to be a Star Wars guy. And I watched Force Awakens because I heard Luke Skywalker was in it. Have you seen Force Awakens?
Which
That's
one
the
was
first
that?
of the new.
Oh
first of the new-
yeah. I've seen the first
So-
2 of the newest trilogy. Yeah.
Yeah, so I heard Luke Skywalker was going to be in it, so I was like, oh, I'll check out Force Awakens if Luke Skywalker's going to be in it, because that's why 15 minutes in Phantom Menace, I realized that I think I just like Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and the original gang,
Yeah.
I don't think I care about this other stuff. But when Force Awakens came out, I'm like, oh, all these guys are back in it. I'll check that out. I want to see Luke Skywalker. And I don't know if you remember, but Luke Skywalker was in it for all of about 5 seconds.
Really?
Right at the end.
It's
He was in
probably
it right.
the prequel trilogy. I didn't watch it until the first time until probably about 2 years ago, and I haven't watched it since.
Were they good?
Not really. Wasn't really my thing. I liked Darth Maul. I thought he was a cool villain, and Liam Neeson was good as Qui-Gon Jinn, but then they killed him. And yeah,
Yeah, because I've got my mate at work who is a Star Wars guy. He was saying that he goes, just watch this, that, but he didn't say I had to watch the original. He didn't say I have to watch it 1 to 3. It's like, no, you don't have to watch those. Watch this. Watch Rogue One. He said. And things like
Rogue
that.
One was actually the first one I ever saw.
Well, that leads apparently into A New Hope, is what I
Yeah,
got told.
it was like a sort of an in-between type movie.
That's pretty cool. A bit slow. But yeah, I do want to watch. it's cool sort of now that I'm sort of gotten into Star Wars, because now I've got all this stuff that I can sort of catch up on, and I really do like watching Boba Fett anyway. After watching Mando, I really do enjoy the world that they're in, so that's pretty cool. Which is weird because most of my life I wasn't that into the sci-fi stuff. I mean, I like it, but it's not like my brother's a sci-fi nut. Like he loves that stuff.
Yeah, growing up, I never got into the Star Wars or Star Trek or anything either, really. And it's not till a couple years ago, like I said, when I first got into Star Wars.
So like the original ones were always like a big deal for me when I was a kid, but just as I got older, it just wasn't. Oh.
Yeah, YouTube does that all the time. It's weird.
Yeah, but sometimes there's a glitch where like I remember one time I was on a channel and it said I wasn't subscribed, but the thing was they were on my subscription tab. Like, I went to the channel via the subscription tab, so they were there when I went to my subscription tab on the side. But when I was actually on their page, it says I wasn't.
I've noticed that too a couple times where you click on the thing and it says it still has the subscribe in red, but when you go to their page, you're still subscribed. I think that's why the sub count goes up and down all the time, because YouTube is just tripping.
I think it's such a glitch. But hey, what about this? But what if you actually subscribe to them, but there's a glitch saying you're not? So when you subscribe to them again, it unsubscribes you.
Yeah. I think that happens a lot, man, because like you gain 2 or 3 subs and you lose 2 or 3. So I think it's the YouTube just screwing people, man.
I think what it is, right? Because I've noticed every time, so sometimes it'll say, hey, you got a new subscriber. And then it'll my sub count won't go up. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
And then next day it will. So sometimes it's like it takes a day or two for YouTube to I don't know, authenticate it or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with the YouTube algorithm. I'm sure it's all ran by bots. I doubt real people actually interact with it.
Like when you get your thumbnail flagged, it's like, what? That's like a fully clothed lady. What's wrong with that? I got a weird notification on Instagram last week. I opened it up, and I've had this before. So I've had a notification before saying this thing got flagged. It did not meet, doesn't meet our guidelines or something like that, and will be removed. And every time I see that, I think about the post that I just made. I'm like, oh, what was wrong with that? And then I end up finding out that they've actually removed a video from it happened to you. It happened to you, I remember.
Yeah.
They removed a video from 2 years ago or something like that.
It was crazy.
But last week, it wasn't like a notification in my notifications. I opened up the app and my whole screen just said, did not meet the guidelines. And then I pressed next and it said, you risk being banned, having your account deleted from Instagram. And I was like, I didn't even tell me what the post was. And I was like, if you delete my Instagram, I will sue.
Yeah, for real, man. I tell you, it's like just the bots, man. They flag everything sometimes.
But yeah, one of the ones that they said didn't meet the guidelines was one of my giveaway videos. I think I uploaded a video showing what I was giving away. And it was like, this does not meet our guidelines. It will be removed from Instagram. I'm like, what? So they have an algorithm is geared towards assuming your subs are from bots. That's only people who pay for their subs.
Yeah, probably.
Which apparently is a thing. There's a channel that I know.
Yeah. I don't know why anybody would do that, pay for subs.
Yeah, I know a channel that has.
Really?
Not mine. No, I know someone. Someone was telling me that channel, that guy, he pays for his subs. It's like, really?
I was wondering that would work, man, because of the way YouTube removes stuff all the time. It seems like it would just be like throwing money away.
So, on Instagram, do you ever get hit up by the people in your DM saying, hey, I work in marketing. I checked out your channel. You deserve more views. You know those ones?
Oh
You
yeah,
ever
I've
get
seen
that?
stuff like that on Instagram.
Yeah, so I get that all the time. I think it's because I put hashtag YouTuber or something. So I
Yeah.
get them all the time saying, hey, I watch your channel. You make great content, but you could use more views. And they're like some marketing person. I think if you actually talk to those people, you pay them for some sort of service where they will get you the views and the subs. I think that's how it works.
Hmm.
Like, the people that send you a DM. Hey, promoted on this.
Oh yeah, I see that all the time.
All that kind of stuff.
Promoted on this for just $29.95, and then everybody we add will be removed in 2 weeks because of the algorithm. Just throw your money away.
Yep, it's tough. Maybe I'll pay for my next 60 subscribers so I can get to it.
Yeah.
Get to that 1K.
Just pay for the straight up 100,000 subs, man, and just get the YouTube plaque with your name on it.
Yeah. I'm like, this bad boy cost me lots of money.
Yeah.
Any other shows, Russ? Any of your favorites?
I've actually been rewatching a show called Lost lately. I'm about 10 or 11 episodes in now from season 1.
Yeah, I remember the first season. Me and my mates would always go around it would come out every Thursday. So every week we'd go over to my friend's house and we'd all watch Lost.
Yeah.
But spoiler alert, by the way. I said, because you know how it was a big build up to revealing what the thing was?
Yeah.
So I said, and I can't remember even if I watched the episode, but I was like, I'm going to be so upset and I'm going to quit watching this show. It was just like some weird, black cloud or something like that. That's not actually a thing. And isn't that what it turned out to be?
Yeah.
I was just like, I am not going to watch this show if it's some weird cloud of smoke. And then my friend was like, it was a weird cloud of smoke. I was like, are you serious? I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Did you quit watching or did you like?
I never watched that. Screw that.
Oh, really? So you don't know what it really ended up to be?
I can't remember what it really even was about leading up to that, but I remember it was like they were going to reveal some big thing that's causing all this stuff, and I was just like, man, it just better not.
It actually wasn't until I think the final season. That's when they finally revealed what the smoke monster was. Like season 6.
What was it? Tell me.
It was these 2 dudes were on the island, Jacob and the man in black. And the man in black was the smoke monster. And he could shapeshift into anybody that had died previously. So he could make people see people that had already died. It seemed like they were still alive. Yeah, but these 2 dudes were like immortal or something. One protected the island and one tried to destroy it.
Yeah, there was a bunch of shows that we used to always go to my friend's house and all hang out and just watch, and that was one of them. Prison Break, I think, when Lost finished, or maybe before Lost or after Lost, it was Prison Break. In the first season, that was great.
Really, I never saw Prison Break.
So his brother goes to jail. He gets framed and goes to jail. So he, to get him out, goes and robs a bank so he can get thrown in the same jail and then help his brother escape. But he's actually got like he gets a full body tattoo, right? But hidden within his tattoo is a map of the prison. And then it was really good. And then the crazy thing was, I stopped watching it sort of halfway through the second season when they already escaped the prison and like they're on the run. And then I think in the third season, maybe I didn't watch it, but I'd catch it sometimes. And I'm like, wait, they're in another prison? And then I think by the fourth season, they were in another prison. They keep going into different prisons.
When you never show Prison Break, what are you gonna do?
There was one season that I actually thought was interesting. That they're in a prison, but the prison is run by the prisoners or something like that. I don't know. It's better than Lost.
Yeah. Yeah, you ever seen a show called Psych?
No,
It's
I think I heard of
a
that one.
yeah, it's a comedy. It's God, what's his I can't remember his real name right now, but he played Sean Spencer, and his partner was Gus. And he had like this hyper perception and photographic memory, and he was pretending to be a psychic for the police department.
Oh.
Hilarious show, man. It's
Yeah.
always been one of my favorites.
I really don't watch anything anymore. Like ever since for the last like 5-6 years, I reckon I've just stopped watching shows altogether. The
Really?
only things I watch, if they're kind of comic book related, then I sort of will check them out. But yeah, there's just so much to watch. Like even My Hero, like I think I'm kind of done with My Hero. Like I enjoy it still, but man, I just finished the 5th season not that long ago, and there's so many characters, and there's still really good episodes and stuff. But there's so many characters they add every season. It's like, man, it's hard to keep up with it
Yeah.
all.
That's so they can keep making merchandise.
That's true. That's true. They do come up with some cool.
Yeah,
But
I
they
never
did the sorry.
never saw the 3rd season, so I quit watching after season 2.
Because I think from memory, I think the 3rd season is still very good. And then the 4th season, I started to lose a little bit of interest. And the 5th season was good, but I don't know. I don't know if I care anymore. But so I think the final story arc in the most recent season was they did My Villain Academia or something like that, and it was all about the villains. And they did the origin story of the guy with the hand. I can't say his name.
Oh, yeah. I
Whatever.
can't pronounce it either, man, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
They did the origin story of him, and it was pretty brutal.
really.
Yeah. So like, because his quirk is that he can destroy anything he touches or something, right? And like when he was a kid and he was finding out about his powers, he basically accidentally murdered his whole family, pretty much.
Like, oops. Yeah.
Pretty full on. Pretty full on. And then yeah, he gets adopted by the League of Villains and stuff. But pretty fun stuff.
Did Hero Killer Stain ever come back, or was he just ended after
No, did he not?
that 2nd season?
They didn't kill him. I can't remember. No, he
I
hasn't. He
can't
definitely
remember if
hasn't
he
come
died
back.
or not.
Yeah, I can't remember either. But he was a good character.
Yeah,
that was peak of that show. So the peak of that show, 2 of my favorite moments in the entire show are still, I think it was 2nd season, where Stain is about to kill the fast dude, and then Deku comes like bouncing off the walls and then like saves him and punches him in the face. Like that was
awesome.
Because it was a big build up. You're like, oh, he's about to die, and normally you think he's not going to die, but they were building it up like, oh, he's actually about to die, and then Deku just comes to the rescue. The other one, I think it was 2nd season as well, and spoiler alert, but when All Might loses his powers, was that in the 2nd season? You seen that?
I think so, but I'm not 100% sure.
All for One or One for All, whatever his name is, and he's kind of got like he basically uses the last bit.
Oh
of
yeah,
juice.
that's when
he's like half skinny and half big. That, and he's got like the blood pouring down his face. Like that was epic.
That's what they made that Ben Presto figure of, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got.
Where he's half and half. Yeah.
That was one of my favorite. I wish they made the. I always want to cosplay that. I always thought I want to buy like a really like triple XL All Might outfit, and then like wear the wig and do the blood coming down. I always thought about that.
That would be epic, man. Next con, make it happen.
Oh man, I can't do the wigs, man. Like I don't understand how people are so good at styling wigs.
Like, what you gotta do, man, is just start growing your hair out and get you a bunch of hair gel and just go for it.
Sprayed half of it white. I could do Todoroki quite easily.
Yeah.
Hi, Bill.
What's up, Comic Mag?
What's your favorite TV show? I watched Scream the other night. The new Scream
was
movie.
It good?
It was enjoyable. until the reveal. I didn't like the reveal, but it was
Billy Loomis come back from the dead.
It was enjoyable. Well, Billy Loomis is kind of in it. I'll tell you that.
Oh, really?
It's have you seen them all?
All but the newest one.
Okay, because I went and me and Sarah, because Sarah hadn't seen them, so we went and rewatched them all over the last couple of months, and it was funny because I always remembered the first two, but the third and fourth, I knew I'd seen them, but the memory wasn't there because I'd only seen them once. Well, the first two movies I used to rewatch a lot, but the fifth one there's definitely it was good fun. But
they brought back like all the original cast, didn't they? That was still alive.
Yeah, so that's why I wanted to see. So when I first heard, because you know how they called it Scream instead of Scream 5, and it's like, can people stop doing that?
Yeah, I thought they were. When I first heard that, I thought it was going to be like a reboot or something.
Exactly right. So I thought it was going to be a reboot, and then when I watched the trailer, and then Sidney Prescott shows up, I freaked. I was like, oh, it's actually a continuation. I'll definitely watch that. I'm
going to have to check that out.
But they do poke fun at the whole. So, can you remember in the movies how they're making the Scream movies in the movies, but they're called Stab?
Yeah, Stab, yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, I think they're like the last Stab movie was Stab 8, but they just called it Stab. And they're like, why don't they just call it Stab 8? So they kind of poke fun at it. And it's so funny, dude. Like, they show little bits of Stab 8, and it is hilarious. Like, yeah, because I don't know if you remember the fourth one. At the start of the movie, they have like the death scene, and then it turns out they're watching it on the TV. They're watching Stab on the TV.
Oh yeah.
And then it happens again, and then it turns out they're watching. It's like, so they do it like 3 times in the start of the fourth movie.
I remember like one of the only scenes I can remember from that movie is the cop that like comes up to the car and he gets stabbed in the forehead with a knife, and he still keeps like swinging before he falls.
And then, that's right. And then he says something just before he dies as well. But it's pretty brutal. Pretty brutal. Oh, there's some scenes in this new one that are squeamish, like just knife scenes that make you go, oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I'm about to check that out whenever the DVD comes out.
And, it was fun to watch all those movies. But the problem is, right, with those movies, it's fun to watch the first time because that's the whole whodunit sort of thing. So, but the very first one was so classic because I used to rewatch it so much that I'd pick up on all the other hints and all the things that they would try to throw you off throughout the movie. Yeah. But yeah, the new one, I didn't like the reveal.
I've heard like rumors and stuff, but I haven't seen any spoilers for it yet.
Yeah, I saw some rumors like, really? But I'm not. Yeah, it's worth checking out. Simon said this stream was going to be a retrospective Celine Dion. What? Well, mate, we made it to the hour, and we ended up talking about movies in the end. But
I know there's so many TV shows and movies that just kind of crosses over sometimes.
That's right. Like they did I Know What You Did Last Summer. There's now like a TV show of that.
Oh, really?
I think it's on Netflix or something. I haven't seen it, but get out of here. Get out of here with that. Yeah.
All right, now let's go into the Funko Pop portion of the show. Have the Night King from Game of Thrones. Did you ever watch that show?
I watched the first few episodes, and it was good. Yeah. But this is when I was with my ex-girlfriend, and she loved it because she read the books and stuff.
Oh, I never read the books.
She wanted me to watch it. I watched the first few episodes, and it was good. And this is the thing, right? So I joked to her. I said, look, it's a good show, but I'm not really into dragons and things like that. And at the time, I hadn't seen a dragon in the show. I was just using that as an example.
Yeah.
Like, there was no dragons in the show from what I saw, but I was just like, I'm not really into fantasy and dragons and things. And she goes, but the dragons don't show up till later. I was like, yeah, I'm out.
That's funny. I saw the entire series in 1 week. I didn't sleep pretty much that entire week, man. I got an email for a 1 week trial of HBO. So I did that, and I watched Game of Thrones from start to finish. And I can't remember anything that happened. But I saw it for free.
Nice. All right, we did it. We did the hour. I thought we were struggling because there 18 minutes in the show. I started being like, "Oh, this one's going to be a stretch." But as always, we can always talk.
Oh yeah, about anything. It don't matter. Movies, TV,
That's right.
figures, Listerine. We can improvise anything to kill an hour.
I was out at the time, but I tuned in briefly and saw your Listerine bottle playing a game.
Yeah.
It must be possessed. Must be possessed, that bottle.
I actually ended up deleting that stream. It only got like 4 views.
Yeah, so
then I just screw it, and then I did the improvised cooking with Rus for day 24 or whatever it was.
Oh, well, that's supposed to be your video for the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just did quickly improvise the cooking with Rus, and yeah, that was it. But yeah, the video day thing, man. I mixed in doing shorts now, so I'm doing a short and the video of the day, and of course the weekly stream here. So all kind of content coming to the channel until I burn out and just get under the covers and hide for a couple weeks before I come back again. So we'll see. Place your bets now. How long can I go before I burn out?
Mate, the shorts are easy, mate. Just keep doing the shorts. You could just film one cover, a short per day. You could do a random pool a day.
Yeah.
The shorts.
I could try that. Yeah. But so far, the last 5 have hit pretty good, man.
I had a string of them. They all consecutively hit until they didn't. And then it stopped. Yeah. I was like, oh no, I ruined my streak.
2 of them went over 1,000, and 2 of them went over 500. Well, it's funny. I uploaded one like yesterday or the day before, and it only got 100 views and stopped. So I deleted that one and I uploaded the same video again, and now it went over 1,000. So if a short don't hit, delete it, re-upload it, see what happens.
Yeah, they give you like a small promotional window, and I think it depends how well it does in that. So I had one, I think it was my top 10 Harley Quinn covers or something like that.
Yeah.
That did so well because so many people pressed the like button.
Oh yeah.
That it started re-promoting
so much, yeah.
Because all my shorts, they had that window of promotion, so they'd hit solid for like, half a day or something. And then they'd stop, and that's it. But the Harley Quinn one did so well, it started bringing back my old shorts. Like people started watching the old shorts as well. So
it's funny how the likes, man, you wouldn't think they matter, but they do. It helps promote. Like both of mine that went over 1,000 both got over 100 likes, and that just helped promote them.
So anyone watching this, make sure you hit the thumbs up, because I feel like I feel like considering most of the people that watch our stuff is other content creators, I feel like you're not doing us you should be hitting the like button.
It's amazing how much it actually promotes, man. Because when that one went over 1,000, that blew my mind, because it was just like one day, and most of my average videos is like 20, 30, 40 views, and that's it. It stops. So it blew my mind when it hit over 1,000 in a day.
That's what I was telling you. They're worth doing, because if you hit 1,000+ views, even if they're only watching 20 seconds of that, there's so many people there watching it.
Yeah.
That 20 seconds, that it adds up to more than what some people might watch your normal videos for.
It does, exactly. Man. It's actually adding up the hours. I didn't think it would, but it is.
I hit the like button before I even watch the video. So even when Bill's videos suck, I don't even unlike it. I just leave it there. Anyway, we've gone over time. Let's get out of here, Russ.
All right. You got anything you want to talk about right quick?
Yeah. So I've got tomorrow. I'm going to drop my top 10 covers of 2021. The Bearded and Coles. That's right. Bearded and Coles cover challenge. I'm doing that tomorrow. On Sunday, I'm going to release my 3-year anniversary video, which I need to make.
Yeah.
And then on the Monday, I'm going to release the episode 50 of the Noob, where me and Mark did Poor Man's Comic Warriors again, the rematch. You can see a
Good
trailer
stuff.
of that at the end of my weekly haul this week. I made
Oh
a
yeah, I
little
watched
trailer.
that was cool.
So yeah, that's a fun one. If you ever wondered what Mark has in his collection, well, it's a good one to watch. So yeah, it's all from
Awesome,
me.
man. What's up, Gretzky?
So
All right, peace. I guess that's
99
it. From
9,000.
9,000. Even though Gray Man's not here. He's probably asleep. I think it's midnight where he's at.